This is Disney Entertainment News Today. I'm Rob Whiteside, and here now are the top Disney Entertainment stories for Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. Well, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson announced during yesterday's Disney shareholders meeting that there will be a live-action Moana adaptation. Johnson appeared in a video with his two young daughters on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. He stated that the live-action Moana adaptation is still in early stages and did not announce any other details about the film. He held a life-size version of Maui's Hook from the film, but didn't indicate that he would reprise his role. You can watch that full announcement right now on our website. Original Moana director Jared Bush tweeted that he was working on the script with Dana Ledoux Miller and that Auli'i Cravalho, who voiced Moana, would be executive producing. In an interview with Collider about Hulu's Up Here, songwriters Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez revealed that they found out about the third Frozen movie on the same day as everyone else. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced last month that they have sequels in the works for Frozen, as well as Toy Story and Zootopia. The Frozen sequel would presumably be called Frozen 3 and would be Walt Disney Animation Studios' first threequel. When Collider mentioned the surprise announcement, Robert Lopez said, quote, "It was to us as well." Collider then said, "Please tell me that you'll be returning to do the music for that. Did they tell you that was coming?" Kristen Anderson Lopez responded, quote, "They told us the day of and a little bit about what they're thinking. It got us very excited. Now we have to let the wheels of Hollywood do what they do, but we're very excited with their ideas." The married songwriting duo credits their daughters as the inspiration behind their Frozen songwriting success. Quote, "The thing that we love about our own career, if we can say something we love about it, is that we get to pick projects that we feel so passionate about," Lopez explained in the interview. With Frozen, when they showed us the pictures of little Anna and little Elsa, we were like, that's Katie and Annie. That's our kids. This is for them. This is what we have to be saying to the world right now. The couple wrote the songs for Frozen and Frozen 2, while Christoph Beck composed the scores, and they won the Academy Award for Best Original Song for Let It Go, but they also won the Academy Award for Remember Me from Coco, and Into the Unknown from Frozen 2 was nominated, but it didn't win. They wrote the various theme songs and Agatha All Along for WandaVision, and while the songwriters are excited to work on the third movie for Frozen, production has not yet begun. Fans looking to hear the latest songs of Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez can tune into Up Here, a musical romantic comedy series about ordinary people that's now streaming on Hulu. A few months after the teaser trailer was released, the first full trailer for Pixar's Elemental has debuted. You can watch it on our website right now. Elemental is described as follows, quote, "In a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together, a fiery young woman and a go-with-the-flow guy will discover something elemental, how much they have in common." Elemental is directed by Peter Sohn, who previously directed Pixar's The Good Dinosaur. Sohn drew on his youth as a child of immigrants growing up in the 1970s New York City for the story of Elemental. Elemental is coming out a year after Pixar's last film, Lightyear, a Toy Story spinoff, and another Toy Story sequel is in the works. After Elemental, Pixar's sci-fi adventure Elio is on the release schedule for March of 2024, followed by Inside Out 2 in June of 2024. Elemental will be in theaters on June 16th, 2023. In a first-look interview with Vanity Fair, actor Samuel L. Jackson has discussed some of the biggest questions surrounding the new Secret Invasion Marvel series on Disney+, along with exclusive new photos. The story continues the saga of the Skrulls, a group of extraterrestrial shape-shifting beings first seen in Captain Marvel. They originally found support and refuge through Nick Fury in their struggle as interstellar hostages in a war that they were hoping to escape from, though the relationship has soured as the decades pass and promises are either broken or too far delayed. Nick Fury has been absent from the world since the events of Avengers Endgame, causing a stir of excitement and anticipation among Marvel fans worldwide. Nick Fury is a beloved character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and his return promises to bring new levels of intrigue and action to the franchise. With the Skrulls involved, it's unclear where Fury's loyalties lie, and fans are eagerly anticipating the new twists and turns that this series will bring. It will be interesting to see how Nick Fury has evolved since his absence and what role he'll play in the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward. The Disney Plus series executive producer Jonathan Schwartz says of Nick Fury, "Sins from his past start to haunt him once again. We often see Nick Fury doing the right thing. We don't always see him doing it in a perfectly morally correct way. All of those things have ramifications. Without getting too specific, the things that Nick Fury's had to do to protect the Earth have costs." Jackson hints to some of the things that Fury's had to do. Nick had a whole Skrull spy network because they could shapeshift and go places that people couldn't, he says. They kept their word, they worked for him, but he hasn't done what he said he was going to do. They want a home, they want to live like they are. They want to live in their own skin. They don't want to live in ours. What he's not doing is calling in his super friends, so that's part of the whole dilemma, Jackson says. I mean, people want them, and he's not bringing them. Why is he not calling them? You'll find that out, he says. There's a very good reason he's holding back. Regarding to themes and geopolitics woven throughout the series, Jackson states, "We don't know who's a friend, who's the enemy. There's a political aspect that kind of fits into where we are right now. Who's okay? Who's not? What happens when people get afraid and don't understand other people? You can't tell who's innocent and who's guilty in this particular instance." Emilia Clarke, who's best known for her role as Daenerys Targaryen in the HBO series Game of Thrones, joins the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the daughter of Talos, who has grown weary with Fury and the whole of Earth's inaction to find a better home and a better life for the Skrull people. Kingsley Ben-Adir portrays Gravik, a rogue Skrull who convinces others to undermine Earth's society after years of neglect and subservience. Taking a more radical and violent approach, he rejects the leadership of Talos and is amassing a faction of disillusioned and resentful Skrulls to forcefully pursue their interests. Martin Freeman returns as CIA agent Everett K. Ross after appearing in Captain America's Civil War, Black Panther, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. He appears to be working in more secrecy than ever after the events of the second Black Panther film left him on treacherous terms with the Central Intelligence Agency for assisting the people of Wakanda. Kobe Smulders returns as Maria Hill. Hill has a strained relationship with Nick Fury, and they haven't seen each other in a while. Nick Fury has neglected his eye patch, not because he's healed, but because he is more despondent and exhausted than ever. Quote, "It's part of his vulnerability now," Jackson explains. "You can look at it and see he's not this perfectly indestructible person. He doesn't feel like that guy." That's a Skrull greeting, Samuel L. Jackson says of Nick Fury's head-to-head reunion with Talos, played by Ben Mendelsohn. "I hadn't seen him in a while. There's a kind of punk feeling that you get from this girl," Emilia Clarke says. "She's a refugee kid who's had Talos for a dad. You know what I mean? Maybe the fact that we didn't know he had a kid up until this point tells you everything you need to know about their relationship." Oscar winner Olivia Colman plays an MI6 agent who's motivated to protect England's national security interests during the crisis. Quote, "It's somebody that you've never seen her play before," Jackson says. "She's cold-blooded and she just relishes being that person." You can watch the trailer for Secret Invasion right now on our website, WDWNT.com. A brand new trailer was debuted during the Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN and shortly after online. Secret Invasion will premiere on June 21st, 2023, according to the Disney Plus landing page. What are you curious to see in this Marvel adventure? Let us know in the comments. While the second season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians has not yet been greenlit officially, author Rick Riordan said in his spring update blog post that the writer's room has already started work on adapting the second book to the screen. Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 1 is in post-production, meaning filming is complete and editing is underway. A release date has not yet been announced. Earlier this year, we learned that Zeus, whose lightning bolt has been stolen for the first installment of the books by Rick Riordan, will be played by Lance Reddick. Tony Stevens will play Percy's father Poseidon. Lin-Manuel Miranda was also recently cast as a god on the show. Meanwhile, Riordan wrote, "We've started work on the writer's room for Season 2. This does not mean that the second season has been greenlit yet. It's too early for that, but we have been approved to start developing scripts, and I think everyone's expectation is that a second season will happen if all goes as planned." Season 2 will adapt the second Percy Jackson novel, The Sea of Monsters. Riordan said that the team broke down the book's action into potential episodes and is now outlining each episode. Quote, "I love imagining the introduction of Tyson, our favorite Cyclops, and it's so helpful to picture our amazing actors in their ongoing roles as I'm visualizing the season, Riordan continued, referencing Percy's half-brother introduced in the Sea of Monsters. A bigger role for Clarice LaRue, the incredible Dior Goodjohn, he continued. Yes, please. More Luke Castillion, a.k.a. Charlie Bushnell, sign me up. Percy, Grover, and Annabeth braving the scenes from the second novel, I can't wait. And Party Ponies? While we were filming season 1, I explained to Glenn who the Party Ponies were, and he laughed and laughed. He said, quote, I think I have some friends I could call. Can't wait to see that scene. In addition to Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Riordan is working with Disney Plus to adapt Daughter of the Sea, his homage to Jules Verne's Captain Nemo, into a live-action film. He's also been working with Netflix for 2 years on a script to adapt The Red Pyramid, his first book inspired by Egyptian mythology, into a live-action film. 3 production shorts and a poster for Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures have been released ahead of the series premiere on May the 4th of 2023. Set in the High Republic era, Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures is notable for being the first of its kind in the Star Wars universe, with a concept specifically geared toward young audiences. Several fans have been excited by the prospect, finally having the potential opportunity to introduce their children to a beloved fandom with less intense but equally qualitative adventures. The story follows a group of Jedi younglings centuries before events witnessed in the prequel trilogy films, quote, as they study the ways of the Force, explore the galaxy, help citizens and creatures in need, and learn valuable skills needed to become Jedi along the way. 3 shorts are available now on the Disney Junior YouTube channel. They'll be available on Disney Plus on April 26, and you can watch the first short now on our website. For the absolute latest in Disney entertainment news, head on over to WDWNT.com and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. If you're enjoying this show, and we always hope you are, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to WDWNT TV on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, remember to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. And if you enjoy Disney movies and TV shows, don't forget to join us for our weekly review show, Deep in the Plus. We do that show live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find previous episodes available on demand right here on WDWNT TV. For the worldwide leader in Disney parks news and entertainment, this is Rob Whiteside saying, don't have a good day, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.